Everybody, this is Nash here, and today we're going to be going over the struggles for the 2022 Texas Longhorns offense. Specifically, we're going to be talking a little bit about the third down struggles. Now, basically, what I think it comes down to is a lack of identity for the 2022 offense. And Steve Sarkisian, it comes down on his shoulders. I'm a big fan of Steve Sarkisian. I've called him an elite mind in the past, and that nothing has changed on that. I still think he is that. But sometimes I think, you got to get out of your own way a little bit. And I'm not saying that he was in his own way, but I just think sometimes you got to be able to mold the offense to what you got. And without further ado, let's hop right into the video. So drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what you think about the 2022 struggles of the Texas Longhorns offense. And while you're down there, head on down to Underdog Fantasy Football. Use code NASH for your first dollar for dollar deposit. That supports the channel a lot. So I really do appreciate y'all for all y'all who do that. Now, hopping right into the video. I think I was on Twitter the other day and I saw Sharp Football stats. Now, he's not going to give you a lot of stuff for the college football world, but he says stuff for the NFL, and something that he said made a lot of sense, and I'm going to play it right here. Here you go.
Their strategy on early downs. You want to do one of two things. Ideally, you're trying to bypass third downs. You're using your first and second downs to try to skip third down. Or if that's not what your strategy is, you're trying to set yourself up into third and manageable situations. That also is a strategy that some teams utilize. But you shouldn't be bad in both. You should not have long distance to go on third down and be in third down quite frequently.
So at this point, you're probably sitting there wondering, well, why did I just show you that video? What does it have to do with college football, specifically the Texas Longhorns, and why did you even mention Steve Sarkisian? And the reason is because I think Texas Longhorns, we should be a team with the personnel. Our personnel matches up for a team that should be going for third and short. That should be what we're setting ourselves up for. But this Texas offense, from what the film tells us, from what they've said in press conferences, this is a team that they are trying to bypass third downs altogether, entirely, taking deep shots. You look at his time at Alabama. This is what his offenses do. They are high-flying, very explosive offenses. So let's let Sharp statistics. Let's let him explain that graph just a little bit more.
Skip third down or set up third and manageable. Along the x-axis, this is the rate on early downs that you're converting into a new first down. This is how frequently you are gaining a first down on early downs. The higher, the more frequently you are skipping third downs, basically. On the y-axis, this is your average distance to go to first down when you are in third down. So you don't want to be up in this region. You'd rather have third and manageable situations.
So now you might be curious because, well, you're probably wondering where the Texas Longhorns fall with the NCAA. Let's see it. Let's see the NCAA version of that chart. And unfortunately, I don't know how to code. I don't know how to do all that stuff, so I cannot provide that for y'all. But what I can do is I can go through the stats like a nut job, and I can show you where the Texas Longhorns would line up among the NFL. So this kind of confirms something that I've thought for a while, and it's something very sad. The Texas Longhorns remind me of the Denver Broncos in 2022. I hate to say it, and it hurts me. It hurts me to say that. But the Texas Longhorns are living in this. I mean, we're almost dead on 7 yards on third downs, which is it's not good. Especially when you have a team that relies on two tight ends. And this is a shout out to Alex Dunlap. I hope he does not get mad at me for plugging his stats. Go subscribe to Orange Bloods. I'm only giving out one stat right here, but goodness, this is crazy. We used a two tight end set, 349 snaps. We used over two tight ends, so there's a few times that we used three. Over 45% of snaps. Well, okay. Well, Nash, why are you upset? What's the deal, huh? I'll tell you what the deal is. When you got Bijan Robinson and Roschon Johnson right there. When you got those two dudes, you got really good tight ends. That's a running team. And yes, Steve Sarkisian, he said it multiple times. We run the ball. Yes, I get the idea. I get it. You want to stretch out the defense. But you got to commit. You got to commit to the idea that you are a running team. You can't live as a running team and set yourself up for third and longs. It's just not possible. You got to make the offense fit to what the team does best. What the players do best on the team. You can't try and fit a square peg into a round hole. It's that simple. And to me, it's mind-boggling to me, and it's the little details. The devil is in the details. Because if we hit those, if we hit these, we should have hit these, at least a few more deep balls. But since Alabama, we were 0 for on 30-plus yard targets. So deep targets, streak routes, nines, whatever you want to call them. 0 since Alabama with Quinn Ewers. We had a few with Hudson Card, but if y'all been watching videos, if y'all been keeping up with Texas Longhorns football, Hudson Card's not on the program anymore. So that's not an option. And we're also talking about the past here. So we're not talking about the future, because the future team will be, to my gripes that I'm making in this video. Don't try and make next year's team what this year's team should have been. And this year's team, when you got Bijan, when you got the best running back duo in America, probably the best running back duo Texas has ever seen. Statistically, it's not, but I'd say Roschon Johnson was better than Earl Campbell's number 2. And it just blows my mind that with those running backs, with the duo like that, with the tight ends that we have, with the young talent on the offensive line, yes, they weren't as great at run blocking this year as they were last year, but they were improving all year. I mean, it truly does blow my mind that we were setting ourselves up for third and long so many times with this team. And I think it's criminal. I think it all comes down to Steve Sarkisian. And I still think he's this elite guy, but man, you gotta match the personnel, or you gotta match the plan to the personnel. That's all I'm gonna say. And when your best deep ball receiver is, and this is nothing against Worthy. I'm a big fan of Worthy. Big fan. Big fan. He's not a big guy. You don't have a Colin Johnson. Isaiah Nayor is hurt. Our big receivers were not really performing that well this year. Marcus Washington is gone. Yeah. Well, that's enough ranting and raving on this video, but so hopefully you've gotten something from it. Texas Longhorns. To me it's a lack of identity. 100% lack of identity. We were 38% on third downs. And that's because we're setting ourselves up trying to go for these deep ball shots, and we miss them. And we set ourselves up for third and long, and we don't get past the sticks. Well, all right, everybody. Hope you all have a great day. And hook 'em.